Hello everyone and welcome to How-FixIT. If your iPhone 17 Pro's power button is stuck, doesn't click, or won't lock and wake the phone, or your camera control button is unresponsive, inconsistent, or not opening the camera app, this guide is for you. In this video, I'll show you the correct repair path by replacing the button flex cable and restoring normal button function. Before we get started, here's what you'll need for this repair: a precision screwdriver set, plastic pry tools, a pair of tweezers, a suction cup, and a screen disassembly tool, essential for safely separating the display from the frame. To restore water resistance, you'll also need adhesive sealing tape. I've included links to all the tools and replacement parts in the video description below. For the best results, I highly recommend using a magnetic mat to organize screws and small components during disassembly. The iPhone 17 Pro contains dozens of screws of varying sizes, and a magnetic mat helps keep everything secure and properly organized for reassembly. Alright, let's get started. First, power off your iPhone and remove the two screws located next to the USB-C port. Next, heat the screen. Warming the lower edge softens the waterproof adhesive. Apply gentle, even heat for 60 to 90 seconds at about 90 degrees Celsius or 194 degrees Fahrenheit. Place a suction cup near the bottom edge of the screen, then insert a thin blade into the gap between the chassis and the display to loosen the adhesive. Once a small gap forms, switch to a plastic pry tool. Keep the surface warm as you work your way around the edges. A well-heated screen separates much more easily. The screen is tightly glued to the frame, so apply steady, even pressure as you go. Ensure the surface stays warm as you work around the edges. This helps make adhesive removal easier. At the top edge, two hinges connect the display to the housing. Once you reach them, push slightly downward to release. Lift the display like a book from the side. Remove the screws securing the bracket over the display and front sensor connectors, then carefully disconnect the cables. Remove the 14 screws securing the cooling plate with the battery. Remove the screws securing the upper connector cover and remove it. Disconnect the two ribbon cables and remove the Face ID module. Remove the screws securing the second connector cover. Remove the screws that secure the camera module to the chassis, then disconnect the cables and lift the camera out of the phone. Remove the 3 screws securing the speaker, then remove it. Remove the screw securing the last connector cover. Disconnect all cables from the logic board. Carefully lift the logic board, but don't remove it from the case yet. Flip it over, remove the screw securing the connector cover, and disconnect the last cable. Remove the screw securing the connector cover, then disconnect the cable. Remove all screws securing the power and camera control button cable to the iPhone chassis. Carefully separate the small touch sensor lead for the camera control button from the main physical button flex. Work slowly so you don't tear it. If your iPhone's power button is sticking, not clicking, or not responding when you try to lock or wake the phone, and if the camera control button isn't triggering the correct function or won't open the camera app, replacing this flex cable should solve the problem. I've included a link to a compatible iPhone 17 Pro button flex cable in the video description below. When installing the new side button flex cable, start by threading the small lead through its designated hole in the frame. Work slowly and don't kink or pinch the cable. It's critical for the touch-sensitive part of the camera control button to work properly. Secure the new side button flex cable to the chassis with the screws, then reconnect the camera control button touch cable to the main flex cable. Press each button to confirm it clicks and responds normally. If any button feels stiff or doesn't click, something isn't seated correctly. Remove the flex cable, reinstall it, and double-check alignment, routing, and screw placement. Start reinstalling the logic board by connecting the wireless charging coil cable first. Then carefully flip the logic board over and lower it into the iPhone housing. Make sure you don't pinch or strain the cable you just connected, and double check that no other flex cables are trapped underneath the board. Reconnect all remaining cables to the logic board, then reinstall the connector cover and secure it with its screw. Next, install the speaker into the housing and tighten the screws. Before installing the rear camera, use an air dust blower to clear dust from the lens and the surrounding area. Then seat the camera module, reconnect its ribbon cables, and secure it with the correct screws. Finally, reinstall the Face ID module, connect its two ribbon cables, and reinstall the connector cover, tightening the screw to lock everything in place. Place the cooling plate with the battery back into the phone and secure it with a few screws. Reconnect the display, power on the iPhone, and verify that it boots. After the first boot, verify that the power button and the camera control button function correctly. Once testing is complete, let's restore water resistance. Remove the old adhesive tape from the iPhone's frame. Once the iPhone is opened, the adhesive tape loses its sealing properties and can no longer protect your device from water and dust. To restore water resistance, you'll need to apply new waterproof sealing tape around the frame. However, if you don't have the new adhesive tape on hand, it's best to leave the old tape in place until you're ready to replace it. Use a cotton swab dipped in isopropyl alcohol 91% or higher to clean any remaining residue from the frame. Place the cooling plate with the battery into the iPhone and secure it with 14 screws. Carefully align the new adhesive tape with the edges of the frame, ensuring proper placement. Press down along the perimeter using a plastic spudger to secure it firmly. Once the tape is applied, peel off the top liner to expose the adhesive. Reconnect the display and sensor connectors, replace the bracket, and tighten the screw. Press gently along the screen edges to ensure a snug seal, then reinstall the 2 screws near the charging port to finish assembly. If you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech tips and guides. Visit our website for more insights and do-it-yourself guides. Remember, every tech challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Thanks for watching HowFixIT, and we'll see you in the next one.